This is a detached double needle cast on flower, and you can make it kind of on its own, and then you would use these threads to attach it to your fabric. So to make this fun little flower, let me set it right over here, we need 2 long needles. I am using an 8-inch weaving needle. Oh, sorry, 5-inch, not 8-inch. 5-inch weaving needle and a longer darning or shishiko needle here. So we have these two, and we're just going to put them together like so. Let me move this up a smidge here so we have a little more room. And then we're going to take our thread. We want a really long piece of thread, so I did a full wingspan here, so fingertip to fingertip. And we take our thread and leave about 4 or 5 inches down at the bottom by the points, and we just pinch that together between our thumb and finger. Next, this thread that's coming out over here is going to be our working thread. So we make our cast on loop, and we go around that shorter needle first, pull it on down so it's nice and tight and flush, and do that again. Three, 4, 5. All right, so we have 5 cast-ons that are nice and tight around that shorter needle. Now we're going to do cast-on stitches that go around both of these needles, and these are going to be the larger petal sections. So this is kind of like the space in between the petals, and these cast-on stitches are now the petals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we'll go back to doing the shorter space in between our petals around the shorter needle here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now our petal again, going around both needles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we want to make sure our cast-ons are nice and flush next to each other, not overlapping. And I'm going to do a few more of the in-between spaces and the petals. Depending upon how many petals you want for your flower, you could do, however many you prefer. I think the sample I just showed had 5 petals on it, so I did 5 insides and 5 larger petals there. If you wanted more or less, you could do that. Probably also depends on how long your needle is. Because we need all of our stitches to fit on our needle here. I'm going to smush this down just a smidge. There we go, so I have a little more room to work with. And keep on going. There we go. Make sure not to split apart our thread with our needle there. Sometimes the thread gets a little twisty at this stage because it's been wrapped in so many loops. There we go. And we need another petal. Six, 7. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 petals. All right, we have one more group of stitches to do here. Oof, goodness. Sometimes it's hard to get that stitch in between those 2 needles. There we go. I need one more. 5. All right, And then we need one more big petal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did that go right? I don't think that was right. Let's redo that last one just to be safer. Yeah, I think I got caught a little bit around the other needle. There we go, 7. All right, so now I have all of my single wraps and double wraps. These double wraps are our bigger petals here, and the single wraps are the spaces in between. So we're going to take this thread that we left hanging out at the bottom of our needles, and we want to rethread it through the shorter needle here. And I'm right-handed, so I need to flip this around. So thread that on through there, you can see. All right, and we're going to keep pinching this thread over here, and I'm going to gently pull out the bigger needle. So gently tug that out from in between. Probably should have gone the other direction, that's okay. These wraps, there we go. All right, so now all of our wraps are on my shorter needle here. That's okay. Now we're going to gently pull this thread through. So that we've threaded the eye, we're just going to gently pull it through all of our stitches here. So kind of just gently smush them up and gingerly pull our needle through, kind of like if we were making a bullion knot here. Then we'll just take that needle off because we don't need it anymore. And we now kind of just need to gently tug our threads and smush this flower into place. You can see I'm kind of holding it right by that base there and gingerly tugging those threads. And then sometimes this wraps up on itself a little bit, kind of twists up. So we just need to untwist our flower a smidge there so it sits nicely. Let's see. I think we got a smidge twisted, so we'll just flip that petal back through. Make sure all of our threads are going in the right direction. And this part's the fiddly part. Okay, once we're happy with our flower, now we're just going to do a square knot with these little tail ends here. So cross our thread over itself, bring the tail end through, tug that nice and tight. And we're going to do the same again, cross that thread over, and I'm going to go around the back this time and tug that through. And that kind of holds our flower nicely in place, like so. And then these tail ends you would just rethread with your needle and stick them into your fabric and knot them off on the back. And that's how you would attach this cute little flower we made here to your fabric.